Hey everyone, welcome to this month's live Q&A. I have 12 questions to go through this month, and if you received my newsletter this morning, you know that I have new kittens in my house, and of course, I'm running on little sleep, so I will get started right away. Hi Judy, welcome from San Antonio, Texas. I'm out of Pittsburgh, PA. So let's go ahead and get started with the first question. So the first question I received was, when I'm in the do not disturb focus mode, how can I be sure to receive an emergency call? So when you're in the do not disturb, the easiest way to find out whether or not you have this set up correctly. And right now I'm in do not disturb because I'm doing a live. So I have my phone and iPad and Mac in do not disturb. So what you want to do is you want to go to the settings area, and then you want to locate focus. And I'm going to go ahead and tap on do not disturb. And I'm going to go ahead and tap on people. And so here is where you can set some things up. You can allow notifications from, or you could choose silence notifications from. So I went ahead and I'm using allow notifications from. And what I would suggest is to toggle on this switch that says allow repeated calls. So what happens is if you receive a second call from this same person within 3 minutes, the call will go through. You could also add people to this focus. So if you had people that you want to receive an emergency call from, or you want to be able to receive a call from them even though you're in do not disturb because you know it's something important, you can go ahead and tap on add people and then choose the people from your contacts list that you want to allow to get through when you're in focus mode. So that's how to set that up. All right. Question number 2. How do I add a group of people to my contacts? This is a really good question. So what you want to do is you want to come into the Contacts app. Normally, maybe your contacts look like this. I have my contacts stored in iCloud, and so all of my contacts are stored here. If I tap on the plus sign, it will allow me to put in a new contact, but not a list. So what you want to do is tap on lists in the upper left corner and then tap on add list. Create your name, and for right now, I'll just go ahead and put in test, and then tap on done. And now you've created a list, but there are no contacts in that list. So tap on the list, tap on add contacts, and then go through and add all of the contacts that you want to be added to this list. When you're finished, so I'll just go ahead and just, tap on a few here and tap on done. Come back to lists, and you'll see that now I have 5 contacts in that list. So I created a list called Wedding News for just this purpose to show you. So the next question, you're going to see a little bit of context about how this is used. So anyhow, there are 2 lists in here, and then all of your contacts are in the other list. So I'm going to swipe out of this, and we're going to go on to the next question so you can see how this works. how do I send an email to a group of contacts and add an attachment? So again, I'll come back to the iPhone. This will work on your iPad as well. If you set it up the same way I showed you on the iPhone, it'll work exactly the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into the Mail app. We're going to tap on Compose. And now when you want to send a message to a group, instead of typing in contacts, you want to type in the name of the group. So if I start typing in test, you're going to see that that appears. If I type in wedding, now, whoops, too many D's. Now you're going to see that the wedding news appears. And if I tap on that, now all of those people that were added to that list will receive this email without having to do it separately. Now, if I wanted to add an attachment, you just want to tap in to where the Compose area is, and now you see this little arrow on the left side or right side. Tap on that, and here you can add images if you want. So if I tapped on images, I could just select as many images as I wanted, and then that would be sent to that group of people. I can also, if I come in and tap on that arrow again, and if I tap on this little folded corner paper, that's going to take me to the Files app. I can add files as well. So if I tap on a file, that file will also be added as an attachment. So that's how you can, you're not seeing this, Judy. Sorry, my fault. Let me go back. Let's delete this. So what I did was I came into the Mail app. I tapped on a new message. I typed in the name of the list. I tapped on that. That added all the names. Then I tapped into the Compose area. I tapped on the little arrow on the right. I tapped on images, and so here you can select as many images as you want. I'm just going to select one, and that will be added to that group email. I'm going to go ahead and close out Photos. I'm going to tap on that arrow again, and I'm going to tap on this folded paper. Once I tap on that, I come into the Files app. I'll tap on a file, and now that file will also be added to the Mail. So that's how you send either a file or photos via email to a group of contacts. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and blame the fact that I've had little sleep. So anyhow, that's how you send to a group of contacts. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that out and delete that draft. Okay. Question number 4. How do I stop taking a screenshot when pausing a workout on the Apple Watch? This is, I'm not sure if any of you use the workout app on the Apple Watch, but it can be very frustrating when you go to pause it and it automatically takes a screenshot as well. So to show you this, I'm back to the iPhone. This time, we're going to come in to the Settings app just so that I can show you this in big form. And I'm going to do it by using Apple Watch mirroring. And so this is going to show you a picture of my Apple Watch. If I come into the workout app, so let me do that, and I start a workout. And so say I'm going out for a walk, the workout is started, and I come to a red light, and I want to pause the workout while I'm standing there waiting for the light to change. If you push this side button and the digital crown at the same time, it pauses. Whoops, I didn't do that right. Let me come back to the workout because it still should be going. Oh, it's not letting me in now. Let me cancel that for a second. There we go. Sorry about that. So the workout's running. If I push and hold, it has to be at the same time. You'll see that it pauses the workout. So I push the digital crown and the side button, it pauses the workout. But it will take a screenshot at the same time as it does that. So then when you restart it, it'll take another screenshot. But I have turned that off so that it doesn't do that. So let me show you how that works. So right now I'm going to stop the workout. I'm just going to slide to the right and hit end. And to set that up, this time you want to come in to the Watch app. And you want to tap on General and then scroll down to where it says Enable Screenshots and toggle that switch off. I very rarely use the screenshots on my Apple Watch. There's a few times that I might need to use them, but for the most part, I don't need screenshots. So if you toggle that switch off and you're in a workout, you won't take any screenshots. You just toggle that off. Question number 5. How do I know where I put my downloaded files or photos? That's another great question. This time I'll come over to the iPad. So if you are downloading something, usually you're going to do that in Safari. So say you download a photo or you download a file of some sort using Safari on your iPad. You want to set that up inside of your settings area. So I'm going to come to settings. I'm going to scroll down until I see Safari. I probably passed it. There it is. Tap on Safari. And then on the right side, you'll see an area that says Downloads. Select Downloads. You have 3 options. You can store your downloads in iCloud Drive, and it'll be stored in the Downloads folder. You could also store it directly on your iPad, and there's a Downloads folder there as well. Or you could tap on Other, and then you can, if you do that, you can either create a folder that you want it to go to, or pick a folder that you already have inside of the Files app. So let me show you what that looks like inside of Files. So right now, I have mine in the iCloud Drive folder. So if I swipe out and I come into the Files app right here, if I type in, you're going to see iCloud Drive is highlighted. If I type in here, Downloads, you'll see that the Downloads folder comes up. If I come to On My iPad, if I type Download, I may have deleted this one, but usually if you do that, yes, so it's still there. So if you go to On My iPad, you should have a Downloads folder there as well, if that's where you're storing them. And that's already created for you by Apple. Say you use another, and say you don't use Safari, say you use the Chrome browser. You'll also have a Chrome downloads area. So if I type in Chrome, you'll see that there's a Chrome folder on your iPad to download files to. So anytime you're downloading a file, that's where you're going to find it. And then you can move that file to whatever folder you want, or you can just leave it in the downloads folder, whatever you choose to do, whatever makes it easier for you to organize your files. Now, photos. So I'm going to come over to my iPhone for this. If you have photos that you want to use that you're going to download, say you receive them in a message. Let me come into a message. And so usually if you receive a photo in a message, there's going to be a little download arrow next to it. It's going to be a blue arrow. If you click on that, it's automatically going to download that photo to the Photos app. It's automatically going to put it there. If you have more than one photo, you can download all of them at one time by hitting that little download arrow. I've already downloaded photos, so the arrow is not there. But if I push and hold on it, you'll see that the save option appears, and if I tap on save, it's automatically going to be saved to the Photos app. So that's how you know where you're downloading files and photos to. Question number 6. I have a 30-item checklist in the Notes app. After completing the checklist, is there an easy way to uncheck the items so that I can reuse them monthly? Yes, there is. So let me come out. Let's go back. This time I'll go to the iPad and let me bring up the Notes app. And let me... Okay, so I created a list just with a few items called my monthly list. And if I wanted to use this on a monthly basis without having to uncheck all the items, so let's just say I go through and I've completed these items in my monthly checklist. But if this person has a 30-item checklist that's pretty long, there's an easy way to do this. If I just push and hold so that I select the car and drag so that everything is selected, you'll see this little option pop up called Checklist. If I tap on it, uncheck all. You could delete the checklist if you want to, but if you want to reuse the same checklist over and over again, all you have to do, uncheck all, and all of those items will be unchecked and be ready for you to use them again next month. Question number 7. What is the difference between Siri and voice control? So, voice control lets users control the entire device with spoken commands and specialized tools, while Siri is an intelligent assistant, AI, that lets users ask for information and complete everyday tasks using natural language. So if you want to set up voice control, it's simple to do. If I come over to my iPhone, and let's come out of this and go into the Settings app. If I scroll down and I tap on Accessibility, and I tap on Voice Control, and if I toggle this switch on, now you're going to see a blue microphone in the upper left corner. And so this allows you to give commands to your phone to do certain things. And where you can find these commands is under Customize Commands. So if I tap on Customize Commands, these are all of the things that you can do. And some of them overlap with Siri. So like you can open an app using voice control, but you can also open an app using Siri. So basically, Siri is kind of allows you to just ask simple everyday tasks to Siri, where voice control actually allows you to control the phone with your voice. So if you want to use voice control, I would go in and just take a look at all of the different things that you have that you can use, So I can say open app library. And it's not doing it. Let's try that. It says it should. Let's try if I swipe out. Open app library. There we go. So voice control allows you to control everything on your phone, where Siri, you can ask everyday questions to Siri, but you can also control the things on your phone, some of them. If I say, hey Siri, open Facebook. Siri opens Facebook. So there are some overlapping, but voice control gives you more control over the commands on your phone. So if you want to use that, take a look at that. I do not use it very often, but if you want to use this, you just want to come into settings, go to accessibility, and toggle on voice control. Question number 8. Let me come back here. Safari isn't working correctly. How can I fix it? Couple of things to remember about Safari. One of the things you need to remember is that you need either a Wi-Fi connection or a cellular connection. So if I swipe down from the upper right corner of my iPhone to come into the control center, this is Wi-Fi, this is cellular, and you want to make sure that both of these are turned on. But let's say both of these are turned on and you're still having trouble accessing Safari. There could be another reason. So you just want to make sure that you have your Wi-Fi turned on and cellular data turned on. But if you're not at home, it's likely that you're not on Wi-Fi. It's likely that you're on cellular. So if I come into the Settings app, and let's go back to the main settings page, if I tap on cellular, this needs to be toggled on, and we know that it is because when I swipe down, that icon is green. So I know that it's toggled on. So then the next thing you want to look at is scroll down and make sure that the toggle switch next to Safari is toggled on. Because if that switch is turned off and you're not on Wi-Fi, you will not be able to access Safari because you haven't allowed it to access your cellular data. One more thing. So let's say you've done that and you're still having trouble. Your last option is to come into the main settings page, scroll down until you see Safari, tap into Safari, scroll to the bottom, and try clearing your history and website data. And that actually kind of just wipes everything clean. You won't lose your bookmarks if you have bookmarks, but all of that excess data that's kept in Safari will be wiped and you'll start fresh. So you can tap on clear history and website data, and hopefully that will correct your issue. So those are the 3 things you need to do to make sure that you can access the internet via Safari, via Wi-Fi or cellular, or clear your history and website data. Question number 9, what is backtrack in the Compass app? So that is an app on the Apple Watch that basically allows you to retrace your steps. So to access it, I'm going to come back to accessibility and do this on Apple Watch mirroring so you can see it bigger. So if I push on the digital crayon and come into all of my apps, and then if I scroll to the Compass app, there it is, you're going to see this little option here with little feet. And basically, once you tap on that, now the Compass app is kind of leaving breadcrumbs so that if you wanted to, say you were hiking and you wanted to get from one point to another and back again, if you tap on those little feet, it's going to leave little breadcrumbs basically in the watch so that the watch can get you back to where you started. And people say this also works if you're in the city and you're going from one place to another. I have not tried it, but you just tap on the little feet and it'll start. It's now tracking my steps. Oh, it kicked me off. Let's try it again. Sorry. So it's now tracking my steps. And if I tap on the pause button, now it's going to ask me if I want to retrace my steps. So once you get to from point A to point B, to get back to point A, you tap on retrace steps and it allows you to follow along, and it actually points you in the direction you should be walking using the Compass app. So that is what backtrack is. Question number 10. How does AirDrop work? Great question. Let's come back. I'm going to come back to the iPhone. So basically with AirDrop, you can wirelessly send photos, videos, websites, locations, and more to nearby devices, whether it's from your iOS device to your Mac computer, or your iPad to your iPhone, or to somebody else's device. Basically, AirDrop just transfers information using Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Both need to be turned on. And you need to be signed in to your Apple ID to do this. So to do it, you need to share something. Okay, Judy, you don't see the Apple Watch. So let me ask you this. What Apple Watch do you have? Do you know what series it is? Because I think you have to have a Series 6 or newer. Anything before Series 6, I don't think it has the Compass app. So let me know if you know what series watch you have. So getting back to AirDrop, it basically uses Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Both need to be turned on, and you need to be signed into your Apple ID. So to use it, let's just come into, where do you check for the series? It might be under General and About. You might see it under General and About on the Apple Watch app, or directly on your Apple Watch. You might go to Settings and then General and About, and it might tell you there. So if I come into the Photos app, and I select a bunch of photos to send, if I hit the share icon in the bottom left corner, you're going to see AirDrop here in the upper left corner of my screen here. If I tap on AirDrop, you're going to see that it shows my Mac and my iPad Pro, and it also shows my sister's device as well. So if I tapped on any of these devices, it would automatically send those photos via AirDrop to that person. Why would you want to use AirDrop? Well, if you're, say, at a family reunion where you have a bunch of people that you want to share photos with without having to send it via text message, this is the easiest way to do it. And there's a setting that you want to make sure that you have turned on. So that's basically how AirDrop works. So I'm in the Photos app, I selected my photos, I tapped on AirDrop, and then I can share them with any devices or people that I see there. So if they have AirDrop turned on, that's how you would share it with them. Let me come out of there and show you. If I swipe down from the upper right corner to come in to the control center, and I push and hold on the Bluetooth icon right here, you're going to see the AirDrop symbol pops up there. And this is where the settings for AirDrop are. If I push and hold on that, you can either have AirDrop turned off, and you could do that. You could turn it on whenever you wanted to send big files to people. You could do it with contacts only, which is kind of the safest way to do it, because you don't want other people to be able to send you files that you don't know who they are. So if you leave contacts only, only people who are in your contacts would be able to send you a file or photo via AirDrop. Or this is a great little feature. Say you're at a party, you can turn it on for 10 minutes so maybe you can exchange things with people, and then it automatically will go back to what you had it set as. So it'll go back to contacts only. And AirDrop really is great if you wanted to send 30 photos to somebody who's standing right next to you, but don't want to send it via text message because then they have to use the iCloud link to download the photos. This sends it from your device to their device, or even from your iOS device to your Mac device or to your iPad device. It's a great way to send files or photos over the air. So that's AirDrop. Where do saved audio messages go? So if you're familiar with audio messages, and maybe you aren't, but if I come into the messaging app, this is an audio message that you can see there. And I have a friend of mine who's handicapped who sends me audio messages all the time because it's easier for her to send them. So if you tap on this little icon down below here and push and hold on the microphone and just start talking, you'll see that I'm recording this as we speak. And once I let go, it's going to send that message immediately. If I wanted to download one of these messages, I would push and hold on the message, tap on save, and now where is that message located? So let's come out of the Messages app, and we're going to come into Voice Memo. And there's the message, the audio message at the top. And this is how you can tell that it's an audio message. It says it right in it, audio message. You could tap into this, and if you want, I could change, I can edit this and change the title of it to whatever I want. But you'll know it immediately because it'll say audio message 20, whatever, 21. The numbers may change, but that's how you would see it. It would say audio message. And so that's where to find, if you download any audio messages, you're going to find them in voice memos. And I didn't show you that, did I? Did you not see that, Judy? I am. So let's go through it again. My fault. So if I come in to the messaging app and I tap on this little icon right here, this is audio messages. Once it comes up, I push and hold on the microphone and start talking. It records my message. As soon as I let go, it sends the message. So that's how you send an audio message. If you want to save one, very simple. Push and hold on the message, tap on save. To remove this microphone icon, just tap into the iMessage and that goes away. And now we want to find where we saved the message to. Come out of that, search for voice message or voice memos. And now you'll see that my audio messages that I saved are located in the voice memos. And there may, there could be a lot of good reasons to save a voice message or an audio message. If I tap into it, I can select it and remove it and rename it anything I want. But the easiest way to know that you've downloaded an audio message is that you'll see it listed there. So that is how you do an audio message. Sorry about that. Last question. How do I turn off the badge notifications in Apple Mail? We'll come over to the iPad for this one, and let's find Apple Mail. So this is a badge icon right there. And so maybe you don't want to see the fact that you have 56 unread messages. A lot of people don't like to see that. So you can turn any app's badge notifications off. And to do that, you'll come into the Settings app. You're going to scroll until you see Notifications. And here you're going to see Notification Style right there. So find the app that you want to turn off the notifications for. So in this case, we're looking at Mail. And as you can see, I have banners and badges turned on. If I tap into there and I just toggle off badges and I come back out, you'll see that the badge icon has been removed from the Mail app. I leave mine on just to let me know how many unread messages I have, but a lot of people don't like to see that, and you can do this for any app. So I can come back into the settings area where notifications are and look at any of these, and so you can see Game Center has badges turned on. FaceTime has badges turned on. But you can go into any of these, and let me just choose one maybe that doesn't. So that I don't even have notifications turned on there. But if I come into Maps, and Maps doesn't allow you to use badges, it looks like. But usually any app that allows badges, you can come into and toggle them on or off. So let's come back to, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. I am running on little sleep, and so I'm sorry that I wasn't on top of everything today. But if you have any other questions while I'm here, you can type them into the comments area and I'll see them. Judy, did you ever find what series watch you have? I appreciate that, Judy. Thank you so much. Were you able to find out what style or what series of Apple Watch you have? So you could try, if you're on your iPhone, you could go to the Watch app on your iPhone and then go to Settings. I'm going to look at mine at the same time. I think if you go to Settings, so once you open the Watch app, go to General and then tap on About. And it doesn't actually say the version, but if you give me the model number, I probably can look it up and tell you what series you have. But it'll be the model number that'll tell you. So you go to Apple Watch or Watch Settings, General, About, and then the model number. And usually if you just type in that model number to Safari, it'll tell you what series of Apple Watch you actually have. Any other questions? Is there anything else I can answer for you, Judy? You can touch base with me if you need to, Judy, via the email that you received also. You can always send me a question there, and I'm happy to help. Okay. Okay. So, do you use the Gmail app on your iPhone? Did you send a question via email? I don't know if I got it or not. Sometimes, okay. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the Gmail app. You don't have to switch. If you're happy with how the Gmail app works, because it is a great app, especially if you use Gmail as your mail client, there's no reason to switch to Apple Mail. It's just on your, it's just on your device. You don't have to use it. Okay, I'll take a look at that, and I can either send you the answer via email, and if not, I'll definitely send you an answer via email, but I'll also add it to the next live because it'll help somebody else out as well, I'm sure. So, but thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you'll come back again when I'm a little bit more together. But thanks so much. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. You're welcome.